Be me, 26 years old. Work graveyard shift as a custodian at the City Museum of Natural History. Clock in at 10 p.m. Clock out at 6 a.m. My life is a cycle of floor wax, ammonia, and silence. Live in a basement studio apartment that gets no sunlight. Sleep while the rest of the world works. Work while the rest of the world sleeps. It's lonely, but I tell myself I like the quiet. I tell myself I function better without people. My only coworkers are Earl, the 60-year-old security guard who falls asleep at the front desk by 11 p.m., and a stuffed grizzly bear in the North American Hall. I talk to the bear sometimes. He's a good listener. Spend my nights pushing a heavy industrial buffer across miles of marble flooring. The sound is a low, hypnotic hum. It drowns out thoughts. It drowns out the fact that I have no degree, no girlfriend, and no plan. My uniform is gray. My life is gray. One Tuesday in November, raining outside. It's always raining in this city. I'm buffing the floor in the Mesozoic wing. Giant T-Rex skeleton looming over me in the dark. Shadows stretch across the walls like long, dead fingers. I turn the corner toward the research labs. Usually, this hallway is pitch black. Tonight, there's a light leaking from under door 304, paleontology research. I pause. Earl is definitely asleep. I can hear his snoring echoing from the rotunda. I approach the door. Maybe a burglar. Maybe a ghost. I push the door open slightly. It's not a burglar. It's a girl. She's sitting at a large table covered in bone fragments and piles of paper. She looks like she's been through a war. Hair is a messy bird's nest of brown curls, held up by a pencil. Oversized gray sweater that swallows her hands. She's staring at a fossilized jawbone like it holds the secrets of the universe. She doesn't notice me. I watch for a second. Just a second. Then I back away. Close the door quietly. Go back to my buffer. Not my business. I'm just here to clean the floors. Next night, light is on again. I buff past the door. The hum of the machine is loud. The door opens. She sticks her head out. Glasses crooked, dark circles under her eyes deep enough to store spare change. She blinks at me. I turn off the machine. Silence rushes back in, heavy and sudden. Hi, she says. Voice is raspy. Hi, I say. Is it 3 a.m. yet? I check my cheap Casio watch. 3:15. She groans, rubs her face with her hands. Okay, thanks. She goes back inside, closes the door. I turn the buffer back on. That was the most social interaction I've had in 3 weeks. Friday night. I'm mopping the hallway. Door 304 opens. She walks out carrying a mug. She walks straight to the water fountain down the hall. She looks unsteady, like she's walking underwater. She fills the mug with cold tap water, takes a sip, grimaces. Coffee machine broke, she says to the air. I stop mopping. Break room has a machine, I say. She jumps, spills water on her sweater. Oh, I didn't see you. I'm holding a mop. Right, sorry. Brain is fossilized. She laughs weakly. Break room? She asks. Downstairs. Near the loading dock. I have a key. She looks at me, assessing. Am I a serial killer or a janitor? She decides on janitor. Show me? We walk to the basement. The elevator is old and rattles. She leans against the wall, eyes closed. Smells like old paper and vanilla. I unlock the break room. It's a concrete box with a vending machine and a coffee pot from 1995. I start a fresh pot. She watches the coffee drip like it's liquid gold. I'm Lena, she says. Anon. Nice to meet you, Anon. Thanks for the lifeline. She pours a cup. Black. No sugar. Takes a sip and sighs. A sound of pure relief. You saved my life, she says. It's Folgers. It's ambrosia. She salutes me with the mug. Walks back to the elevator. See you around, Anon. I stay in the break room. Finish my sandwich. It tastes a little less like cardboard tonight. A week passes. Routine shifts. I clean the upper floors first now. End up near the labs around 2 a.m. She's always there. Door 304. Sometimes the door is open, sometimes closed. Wednesday. Door is open. I'm emptying the trash bin in the hall. Hey, a voice calls out. I look in. She's under the desk, searching for something. Can I help? I ask. Dropped my contact lens, she says. I'm blind as a bat without it. I put down the trash bag. Get on my hands and knees. Floor is linoleum. Cold. We are both crawling under a desk, surrounded by million-year-old bones. I see a glint near the table leg. Found it. I pick it up on my fingertip. She crawls over. Face is inches from mine. Her eyes are green. Really green. Like moss. You have eagle eyes, she says. Takes the lens. Her fingers brush mine. Warm. I pull back. Stand up. Dust off my knees. Don't put that back in. It's dirty. I have solution, she says. She smiles. It's a real smile. Not the tired grimace. Thanks, Anon. Just doing my job. Keeping the floors clean. I leave. Heart beating fast. Probably too much caffeine. Definitely the caffeine. December. Snow outside. Museum is freezing at night. Heating system is ancient. I'm wearing my hoodie under my uniform. I find her in the break room. She's shivering. Wrapped in her coat, staring at the vending machine. Machine ate my dollar, she whispers. Defeated. Tragedy in 3 acts. I walk up, hit the machine in a specific spot on the side. The coil turns. Bag of pretzels falls. She looks at me like I just performed a miracle. Teach me your ways, wizard. Percussive maintenance, I say. She opens the bag. Offers me a pretzel. I take one. We lean against the counter, eating dry pretzels at 3 a.m. What are you working on up there, I ask. The Eocene-Oligocene extinction event, she says. Sounds cheerful. It's fascinating. 33 million years ago. Climate changed. Everything got cold. Massive die-off. And yet, she trails off, looking at a pretzel. And yet, life adapted. It found a way. It always does. She looks at me. What about you? What's your story? I clean up after the life that adapted, she snorts. A loud, unladylike sound. She covers her mouth. That was funny. You're funny. I'm serious. I know. That's why it's funny. She finishes the pretzels. Back to the extinction event. Back to the floor wax. We nod. Go our separate ways. Routine changes again. Now we meet at 3 a.m. Unspoken agreement. Break room. I bring snacks from the outside world. She brings weird tea she brews in the lab. We sit on the plastic chairs. Talk about nothing. Talk about everything. She tells me about her thesis advisor, Dr. Hatcher. Apparently, he's a tyrant who hates adjectives. I tell her about Earl and how he talks in his sleep. Last night he yelled, "Put the mayonnaise on the side." She laughs so hard she almost chokes on her tea. I like making her laugh. It breaks the silence of the museum. Makes the shadows feel less long. Christmas Eve. I'm working. Double pay. Didn't expect anyone else to be here. Door 304 is dark. I feel a sinking feeling in my chest. Disappointment. Ignore it. Go to the planetarium to sweep under the seats. It's my favorite room. The ceiling is painted like the night sky. I'm sweeping popcorn kernels. I hear footsteps. Look up. It's Lena. She's wearing a Santa hat. It's crooked. I thought you'd be here, she says. I work here. I know, but it's Christmas. Why are you here? My family is in Ohio. Ticket was too expensive, and Hatcher wants a draft by the second. She walks down the aisle, sits in one of the plush seats, looks up at the painted stars. It's pretty in here, she says. Better when the projector is on. Can you turn it on? I'm a janitor, Lena, not an astronomer. I bet you know how. I do know how. I watched the tech do it 100 times. I sigh. Put down the broom. Walk to the control booth. Flip the switches. The room goes dark. The projector hums to life. The ceiling dissolves. Millions of stars. Nebulas. Galaxies. Spinning slowly. I walk back out. She's staring up. Mouth slightly open. Reflected starlight in her glasses. I sit in the seat next to her. Leave a polite distance. One armrest between us. Wow, she whispers. Yeah. It makes you feel small, she says. I always feel small. She turns her head, looks at me in the dark. You're not small, Anon. You keep this whole place running. Without you, the dust would bury everything. I don't know what to say to that, so I say nothing. We watch the fake universe spin for an hour, shoulder to shoulder, not touching, but close enough to feel her heat. Before she leaves, she hands me a small wrapped box. Merry Christmas. I open it. It's a trilobite fossil, small, gray, spiraled. It's a common one, she says quickly, not museum property. I found it on a dig in Utah. It's 500 million years old. It's a rock, I say. It's a very old rock. I hold it tight. Thanks, Lena. I didn't get her anything. I feel like garbage. I pull a pristine, uncirculated silver dollar from my pocket. I keep it for luck. Here. She takes it. For the vending machine? She asks. No. Don't put that in the machine. It's silver. Oh. She smiles, puts it in her pocket. I'll keep it safe. January. The grind wears on. She's stressed. Hair is messier. Sweaters are bigger. She stops coming to the break room. I leave sandwiches outside her door. Ham and cheese. Turkey. Sometimes a chocolate bar. The food is always gone when I come back. The plate is left on the floor. Clean. Sometimes with a sticky note. Thanks. You're a lifesaver. Hatcher is Satan. I keep the notes. Put them in my wallet. I don't analyze why. February. Pipe bursts in the basement. Flooding. I'm ankle deep in water at 4 a.m., sucking it up with the wet vac. Miserable. Cold. Wet socks. Lena appears. Rolled up jeans. Barefoot. Holding a bucket. What are you doing? I ask. Helping. You don't have to. Shut up and hand me the squeegee. We work for 2 hours, pushing water into the drain. By 6 a.m., it's mostly dry. We are sitting on the loading dock, watching the sun come up over the city skyline, gray light turning into pale orange. We are both wet, dirty, and exhausted. She looks terrible. She looks beautiful. I look away. Why did you help? I ask. Because you looked overwhelmed. It's my job. It's a 2-person job. She bumps my shoulder with hers. Besides, I needed a break. I've been staring at the same paragraph for 6 hours. The words started looking like hieroglyphics. She shivers. I take off my work jacket, put it around her shoulders. It smells like floor cleaner and sweat. She pulls it tight, buries her nose in the collar. Thanks. We watch a garbage truck drive by. I defend in April, she says suddenly. Stomach drops. Oh, if I pass, I get my PhD. That's good. If I pass, I have to move. Postdoc position in Chicago. Silence. Heavier than usual. Chicago is nice, I say. Windy. Yeah. She doesn't look at me. Stares at her bare feet dangling off the dock. I'll miss the museum, she says. It's a good museum. I'll miss the break room coffee. It's terrible coffee. I'll miss you, she whispers. Wind blows. I don't hear her clearly. Or maybe I pretend I don't. What? She stands up, hands me back the jacket. I said I should go get some sleep. She walks away. I sit on the dock until Earl comes in for the morning shift. March. Time is moving too fast. Every shift feels like a countdown. We spend every break together. Sometimes we don't even talk. She reads. I fix small things. Sharpening pencils. Taping bindings on her books. One night, I bring a portable DVD player. We watch an old Godzilla movie in the break room. Sitting on the floor. Shoulders touching. She falls asleep halfway through. Head drops onto my shoulder. I freeze. Don't move a muscle. My arm falls asleep. Pins and needles. Painful. I sit there for an hour, just listening to her breathe. She smells like rain and old books. I realize I am in trouble. Deep trouble. I realize I am not designed for this. I am a janitor. She is a doctor. She is going to Chicago. I am staying with the dinosaur bones. I gently wake her up at 5 a.m. Time to go, I say. She rubs her eyes. Looks at me, confused, then soft. You're a good pillow, Anon. I'm bony. You're sturdy. She stands up, stretches. 1 month left, she says. April. The defense is on a Tuesday. She's vibrating with anxiety. Can't eat, can't sit still. I find her pacing the hallway at 1 a.m., talking to herself. The climatic shift precipitated a floral turnover which led to, she sees me. Anon, I can't do it. I'm going to throw up. I'm a fraud. They're going to laugh at me. I put my hands on her shoulders, stop her pacing. She's trembling. Lena, look at me. She looks. Eyes wide, panicked. You know more about dead things than anyone I know. That's not a compliment. You know everything about that jawbone. You named it. I named it Steve. Exactly. You know Steve. Steve is your friend. You're just telling them about Steve. She takes a deep breath. Steve. Steve. She exhales. Lean forward. Rest her forehead against my chest, just for a second. Okay. I can do this. You can. Wednesday night. I'm waiting, buffing the rotunda floor, checking the door every 5 minutes. 10 p.m. 11 p.m. Midnight. She's not here. Maybe she's celebrating. Maybe she failed and left town immediately. Maybe she forgot about me. Why wouldn't she? I'm just the night shift. I turn off the buffer, sit on the bench under the giant elephant. Head in hands. I hear the front door unlock. Earl buzzing someone in. Footsteps running, echoing on the marble. I stand up. She comes running into the rotunda, wearing a nice dress, holding a bottle of cheap champagne. She sees me, stops, grinning, a smile that lights up the cavernous room. Dr. Lena, I say. Dr. Lena, she yells. Her voice echoes. Lena, Lena, Lena. She runs at me, hugs me, arms around my neck. I hug her back, lift her off the ground a little. She smells like champagne and victory. I did it, she says into my ear. I crushed it. Hatcher actually smiled. It was terrifying. I put her down. I knew you would. I brought this. She holds up the bottle. Plastic cups in the break room? You know it. We sit on the floor of the rotunda, under the elephant, drinking warm champagne out of solo cups. So, I say, Chicago. She stops smiling, looks at the cup. Yeah, Chicago. When do you leave? Week after next. I nod. Look at the floor. It's shiny. I did a good job. That's soon. Anon. She puts the cup down, turns to face me. Come with me. My brain short circuits. What? Come with me to Chicago. Lena, I can't. My job. You can clean floors in Chicago. They have floors there. I checked. I live here. My stuff is here. You have a futon and a PlayStation. Pack it in a van. Why? She looks at me like I'm an idiot. Reaches out. Takes my hand. Her hand is rough from handling fossils. My hand is rough from handling steel wool. They fit. Because, she says, I don't want to drink vending machine coffee with anyone else. That's a terrible reason. Okay, because you listened to me talk about the Eocene era for 6 months and didn't fall asleep. Mostly. I fell asleep once. Because you turned on the stars for me. She squeezes my hand. Because I like you, you idiot. I stare at her. The T-Rex stares at us. The elephant stares at us. Earl is probably staring at us on the security camera. I think about my basement apartment. I think about the rain. I think about the silence. Then I think about her. About green eyes and muddy jeans and warm champagne. I don't have a winter coat. I say, we'll buy you one. I'm messy. I dig up bones in the dirt for a living. I look at the trilobite fossil in her pocket. I look at the silver dollar she keeps in her wallet. Okay, I say. Okay? Yeah, okay. She smiles, leans in, kisses me. Tastes like cheap wine and possibility. It's quiet in the museum, but for the first time, it's not lonely. 2 weeks later, loading a U-Haul in the rain, I quit my job. Earl shook my hand. Good luck, kid. Don't let the bears get you. I talked to the stuffed grizzly one last time. Tell him to hold down the fort. We drive east, leaving the rain behind. She drives first, singing along to the radio. Terrible voice. Off-key. I watch the landscape change. Mountains turn to plains. Gray turns to green. We stop at a diner in Nebraska at 2 a.m. Order pie. She falls asleep in the booth. I watch her sleep. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no job lined up. I have $2,000 in savings. I am terrified. But she stirs. Opens one eye. You staring at me again, creeper? Just checking for drool. She kicks me under the table. Ready to go? Yeah. I pay the bill. Take her hand. We walk out to the truck. The sky is huge out here, full of stars. Real ones this time. Be me, 27 years old, unemployed, in love with a paleontologist, heading to Chicago. Life is terrifying. Life is good.